Celeb Secrets here on the pink carpet of Wango Tango with, the cast of Boy Meets World.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. You're doing amazing. I think everyone is.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to not be amazing when you're here.
Right. So
carpet.
pink, right? I mean, you're matching it.
Listen, I said, did somebody get the memo about what I was wearing? I feel like this was put out just for me. I'm excited.
It's easier to just do up a house how Danielle wants it and just go from there. It's just easier to do that.
So we are celebrating lots of things, being outside, and the podcast that you guys have, of Boy Meets World. Talk to me a little bit about that for those that aren't aware of it.
Well, it's called Pod Meets World, and it's basically us getting together and watching, starting with the pilot and going through all 7 years of the show. I've never seen the show, so this for me, I'm getting to experience what a lot of fans have experienced for the last 30 years, and for these guys who haven't seen it since it first aired, as far as I know, it's really just us watching the episode, talking as fans, and then also telling our behind-the-scenes stories, because there's a lot of them.
And we are celebrating 30 years of it. 30 years then, you guys were young. Still looking amazing young.
Let's start that over.
What?
30 years ago.
What? I couldn't hear you.
Then you are now.
Then you are now. If you guys could tell your younger selves any advice of what you know now, what would it be? We'll start with you.
I would tell my younger self to not take any moment for granted, because the first 5 seasons of Boy Meets World, I was like every single day thrilled to go to work, super excited. And then the last 2, I started to take it for granted. I was like, oh my gosh, we've been doing the same thing for so long and I'm ready to go do other stuff. And now I look back at that time and like there were 2 years of me just missing out on amazing moments that if I could go back and relive them now, I would. And so I would tell my younger self that you just need to not take everything for granted, because this is never going to happen again.
Absolutely.
Fast food lasts. When you're eating it young, it's fun, but then years go by and it's still there. That's probably that. Yeah.
I'd say lighten up, Ryder. Like, just don't take it so seriously and just enjoy this. Because we had so much fun on the show. We were laughing a lot, but for whatever reason, I was a very brooding adolescent, and I wish I just enjoyed it.
Yeah, our characters were very much like us. Oh man, they really were writing for us, weren't they?
It was made right for the tea. And you, along the years, you've met fans, one myself, and they tell you guys the memories that they've had. What's been one thing that really struck with you and you guys have carried along?
That people have said?
Yes.
I'm amazed how many people tell us that they became a teacher or a social worker because of Boy Meets World. And it kind of makes sense, right? Because you have this Feeney figure and the life lessons, and a lot of people, fans of the Sean Hunter storyline in particular, because he basically had no family. So I love that. I love that people were inspired to give back in some way. I've had a lot of those at conventions, yeah.
I would say that you don't have to be blood to be family. That was kind of the underlying theme of the show, and I think that I hear that a lot from people, that we felt like a family to the people watching, some people who maybe didn't have close-knit families. So I think just the fact that the work we did for so many years, that we were having a blast doing, so positively and emotionally impacted people who watched it, I think that always catches me off guard, because again, we take it for granted. We think like, oh, we had a great time, we made a TV show, but it really means so much to so many people.
Absolutely. Definitely meant to me. Well, congratulations. Here's to 30 more years.
Wow.
Yes. Thank you.
I can't imagine the shoes we'll be wearing on that red carpet.
The walker?
The way you say. There we go.
Listen, I'll be there. I'll be there to carry on. Thank you so much.